I believe experience leads to perspective. When you have a new experience, you're going to see the world in a new way. When I was younger and I needed to move out of the house, I needed to live on my own, I needed to cook my own food for the first time. I remember my aunt teaching me how to brown hamburger meat. And that opened up a whole world of opportunities for new dinner options for me. That one little experience of learning how to brown that meat. I think of my students when they are in my classroom right now. We're learning to use arrays to solve multiplication problems. When you can use that tool, they can see the multiplication problem in a new light. It's not something to memorize, it's something that can be solved with the tool. And I think this is important when we're talking about diversity because I really think that cultural experiences, they really lead to perspective on how other groups of people approach and solve problems. And I think that I've very much benefited from being in culturally diverse situations, being immersed and learning how do they approach everyday life? How do they approach the problems of everyday life? And really learning that there's more than one path to reach those ultimate goals, and to be lifelong learners, to be happy, to be content. And I feel that I started life in a very sheltered situation. I was in a mostly white neighborhood, very affluent neighborhood. I went to a private school with most of the students were white, and it wasn't until I went to high school that I really had my eyes open to this world of diversity. I went from a school that was almost 100% white kids to a school that was 40% white, and I really learned so much from all the new people that I'd met at that school. And even though I was in Denver, I just was now seeing the city I'd lived in my whole life in this new perspective with this new light. Next, I went to school in New York City for college, and again, a whole new set of diversity. It was amazing, and it was a whole new experience. And again, I think I really learned from these new people I met, these new groups, and it really prepared me for this next cultural experience I had, where I went from university, from college, I moved to China, and then again, there's not much diversity, but I am in the minority there, and so I'm again getting this sort of insider's view of how different cultures are approaching their lives, approaching their problems. And throughout all this, talking about diversity, we're also talking about equity issues and privilege. And I definitely witnessed those things too, and then myself had a lot of privilege in going through those experiences. I, in China, was asked to be in a TV commercial solely because I was white. And so that was privilege. And I got into education to try to give back and to try to end some of that privilege. And I really see e-learning and education technology as a great way to get those cultural experiences through the connectivity of these devices. Let students, I'm lucky my students are one-on-one iPads, so they can take them home, they can film their lives there, they can share them in the classroom, we can share them with the world, and then reach out and try to get some of those cultural experiences and really expand our collective perspective on what does the rest of the world do? How does the rest of the world solve these problems?
Created using Powtoon.